Hello my fellow insurables, I'm Kelly with Arrow Final Expense, and in this video we're going to go over the much requested subject of the history of life insurance. Most of you understand how life insurance has worked for about the past century or so, but it really has its roots dating back to about 2500 BC in ancient Egypt, where stonemasons essentially would pool their money together to provide funerary or burial funds for other stonemasons. Now, fast forward to ancient Greece and Rome, where soldiers would collect money to bury one of their own if he died on the battlefield. And eventually societies formed so that the average citizen could do the same, which essentially provided burial for the common man. Then during the Middle Ages or medieval times, where members of a society would pay into a fund to compensate their losses as a result of a fire or robbery, in addition to providing support to members' families if they became disabled or were killed. Now, these early societies not only provided funds just for burial, but also in some cases they provided a benefit to the widow or orphans of the deceased members. Now, in the late 1500s, the first actual life insurance policy was sold in London. These policies would protect a merchant if he were to pass away during the first year of the policy. And a little more than a century later, the Amicable Society for Perpetual Assurance Office was established as the first modern-day life insurance company. So we've gone over the evolution of life insurance from ancient times and even how the very first life insurance company was established. But in 1683, the very first life table, or better known as actuarial table, was developed. This essentially predicts a person's life expectancy based on your sex, your age, and other factors, which eventually resulted in life insurance rates being based on a mortality rate. So while all of that was going on over in merry old England, we over here in the colonies were developing our own life insurance companies. And most of those first policies really provided coverage for destitute widows and orphans. So obviously the very first policies were to cover burial, but pretty soon thereafter, term insurance came about, and it would provide coverage from anywhere from 1 to 7 years. Now, just 6 months before the end of World War II, the McCarran-Ferguson Act was passed by the U.S. Supreme Court. And this was very significant because this act gave all the rights to the states to regulate their own insurance laws instead of the federal government. So this ruling came down after decades of fighting, bickering, mudslinging, and complaints about insurance regulation. And you might say, what difference does this make? Well, this is why in insurance commercials, they'll mention at the very end that this particular policy is not available in a particular state. For example, Montana or Hawaii. Many insurance companies don't offer coverage in all 50 states. And in other instances, there are a lot of insurers that only offer coverage in certain regions of the US. And this is because each state regulates its own insurance laws. They're able to govern which insurance companies and products can and cannot be sold in their state. During the late 1970s and early 80s, people started using life insurance not only to safeguard their loved ones, but also as a way to invest in new options coming to the insurance market. So, insurance is one of the biggest sectors of business. Many life insurance companies, large or small, have been in business well over a century. And we now have a variety of policies that do various things for us, even while we are still living. But the one thing about life insurance that has never changed is that you buy it to protect the ones you love. So there we have it. There is a quick rundown from ancient Egypt to modern times with life insurance. probably was just a little more entertaining than it was so much informative. But if you have questions about today's video or other life insurance topics, just let me know down in the comments. And if you guys want to continue to get the best tips, facts, and honest information about life insurance, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.